That's pretty cool. Okay. So about 2 weeks ago, I decided I was taking some blood pressure medication, a very small dose. The doctor wants me to control my pressure. He says as you get older, it gets tougher. So I thought about maybe I could do something more naturally to control my blood pressure. So I decided I'm going to go online and see anything, anybody has anything to offer. Online, search the web, all of a sudden something pops up. It says, lower your blood pressure guaranteed through this drink. Okay, I look at the site, very interesting site. It says that the drink contains beet juice, pomegranate juice, hibiscus tea, basic ingredients. I decide I'm going to email the company. I go, is this product kosher? A day later, I get an answer back. That's a great question, but I'm not sure I'll get back to you. So a day later, he gets back to me. He says, absolutely not. The product's not kosher. But what I could do for you is tell you the ingredients of the product, and you could maybe do it yourself without buying it from us. Now that really shocked me. For an American business, you know, it's a real company, to tell me he's willing to give me his ingredients, weird stuff. I said, is it possible for you to call me or I could call you? He said, sure, let's try to talk tomorrow. And this was, I think, Erev Shabbos, Friday, and it's in Chicago. I don't know the difference of the time. And he calls me up and he says to me, are you Jewish? I said, yeah, of course I'm Jewish. He says, I'm also Jew, but I never really kept kosher in my life. I don't know too much about anything, but I lost my father many years ago, and I actually said the Kaddish for him 3 times a day in the synagogue, and now I'm basically lost, and I'd like to get back into it somehow. And we start talking. He says to me, where are you from? I said, I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Wow, Brooklyn, New York? He says, what part of Brooklyn? I say, Flatbush. Really? I used to live in Flatbush too. I said, what? How many years ago? About 40 years ago? That's nice. Where'd you live? I lived on East 23rd Street. I said, East 23rd Street, okay. And what's the number of the house you lived at? I said, I lived at 1240 East 23rd Street, which is my house that I'm living in right now. Now, this was really spooky. He says, you're kidding me. I said, no, I'm very serious. I said, can we FaceTime? He says, sure. I get the FaceTime. I said, he's going, my God, that's the chandelier. You bought the house? I said, yeah. And the bookcases and the piano's not there. And I went outside. He said, oh my God, this is the block. We start talking. He says, this is very freaky. He says, I want to help you out. But he says, you got to help me out. I said, what do you want me to do? He says, I always wanted to get into Judaism, and I just don't know what to do. So I said, did you ever do anything besides say Kaddish? He says, yeah, there are 613 commandments, right? He says, in 613 days, I memorized all 613 commandments. Every single day, I memorized another commandment. But it's very, you know, it's not, I'm not relating to it too much. I'm asking Mr. Cohn, obviously we have to have a relationship, we live in the same house. What can I do? I said, you gotta put on tefillin. He says, oh my God, tefillin. I put it on for the picture at the bar mitzvah. You know, the cameraman came, they gave me a pair, I put all the square boxes on my head. I said, you gotta try to put on tefillin. He says, listen, that's a tough one. I said, all right. I said, ask God for a sign. He says, great. I get a phone call yesterday from this guy. He says to me, Ron, you wouldn't believe what happened. I said, what happened? He says, I went to the synagogue because it's my father's yortzeit. I decided I'm going to say the Kaddish by the Mincha Marav prayer. I said, fine. I said, I come in a little earlier by the Mincha. All of a sudden, these 2 bearded guys come over to me. They asked me if I put on tefillin today. I said, where are they from? He says, we never saw them before in the synagogue. They were just walking around asking people if they put on tefillin. He says, you know what? That's my sign. And he says, tomorrow I'm going out to buy a pair of tefillin.
Wow.
That's a true story that happened just from searching for a natural pomegranate juice. So my question to everyone here is, what's the lesson we learned from here? Anybody?
You got the ingredients, fellas?
I got the ingredients.
That's what counts.
What's the lesson?
Never too late.
Never too late. The lesson is as follows. This is what I say. My feeling is, I saw such a good person that he's willing to reveal to me the ingredients. That's why Hashem gave him the schus to come back into Yiddishkeit. How many people go ahead and are willing to reveal the secret to their business? Because he revealed it, he's not going to lose anything. He was zoicha now to get back on track to Yiddishkeit.
Maybe now he's gonna make his product kosher and he's gonna start selling to the Jewish world.
He wants to make it kosher. He wants to make me a partner, and he wants to get me involved in the business. I didn't say that, but he wants me to get involved with it.
Ronnie, bring him over.
Adorab, he lived here. He lived in my. Is that freaky that he lived in my house?
Ronnie, he owns the company.
He owns the company.
Now you have something to say at the
He has a full